hard at the beginning because it's very discouraging at the beginning because you start to play it and you sound awful. And people automatically are like, oh, I'm terrible at the violin. But it's not that. It's just that it takes a while to become comfortable with something as technically weird as the violin is. The violin feels very unnatural. So yeah, there's a very steep learning curve, but if you just give it time and you keep working hard, that will go away and you will get better. Oh, you guys like the chair. I'm glad several people have mentioned the cool chair. So, it looks like people like my Phantom video. Good, thanks guys, I'm glad you like this. So, let's see, someone's asking what my most embarrassing moment was. I don't know if I should share this. My most embarrassing moment, hands down, when I was going to school at BYU, I was in college, I would go home for Christmas break and Thanksgiving break. I would drive to Arizona, and there's so many people driving from Utah to Arizona. I could always find a ride. And one time I got a ride with some, they were friends of a friend. And so I didn't actually know these guys, but, my friend was like, oh, my friend Jonathan, he can totally take you. He's way cool. Anyways, so they picked me up, and right when they picked me up, all of a sudden I started feeling really sick. My stomach just was in knots, and I was like, oh gosh, why am I, feel so good. Anyways, we're driving down the road, and it's getting worse and worse and worse, and I'm just like, what is wrong with my stomach? And so I couldn't even focus on having a natural conversation. Oh, and by the way, this guy was like super cute and really charming, and I was like, oh, of course, I feel like I'm really sick right in front of this very attractive guy. And this is when I was a freshman. I think I was like 18 or 19. So I was kind of, anyways. So yeah, we're driving down the road, and he's trying to, have a conversation, just asking me about myself, and anyways, before you know it, I couldn't even focus on what he was saying, or I couldn't even focus on talking with him anymore, because I was so sick. And finally, I was just like, oh my gosh, pull over, and I jumped out of the car. He pulls over. I jumped out of the car, and I just threw up all over the side of the road. So super embarrassing, and needless to say, I ended up sleeping most of the way to Utah. It's like a 11-hour drive, and I was and that was like an hour into the ride. So anyways, bless his heart, he was so nice about it. Needless to say, he never, called me again or like asked for my number, but he was at least very nice and polite about it. Anyways, that was probably longer than you guys wanted of a story. Brazil loves you. Thank you. I love Brazil too. My very first fan, ever. I posted this video on YouTube years ago before I ever started pursuing YouTube. My very first fan was awesome. He was from Brazil. Do you like The Killers? I love The Killers. Somebody told me, I think is the name of that song, that was like my favorite forever. Or Are We Human, or Are We Dancer? That was awesome. Okay, I'm looking for other questions. Am I going to have merchandise? Yes. I'm going to. And I think I'm going to play you guys. So what this is I'm excited to, the reason I get to do this live chat today is because the live chat is brought by the band Gloriana. They're having a concert, and there's a link in the description that you can click on, and the cool thing about this concert is it's kind of a new wave of the internet, and it's an internet concert. And so they picked just a couple people to be like openers for this concert, and that's why I get to do this cool live chat with you guys. So anyways, I'm super grateful, and I feel really honored that they